Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Another trade breakdown video today, the 20th of September. I'm going to cover two trades that were taken. First one was in the stream from this morning. If you want to go back and have a look, it was actually taken fairly early into the London Open. German 40 for a nice 30 pips. It's a shame about the runner that got tagged before it pushed up like another bunch, like at least 100 odd pips. And then the second one, gold. I took this one late at after 10 a.m. Did take a few trades actually. Took three trades in the New York session. Took sells and then buys, and then they were good. Just playing like a little range play. I don't really want to cover those because I want to keep this video quite short. But I wanted to cover the second trade as well because it's just one of my favorite setups that I've been seeing quite nicely. So let's bring up the charts. Okay, so first one, let's dive into, let's go German. And let's just replay the data. So where were we? Oh, here it is over here. So I'll break off that area. We had a lot of news this morning. So we had the pound UK CPI. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Pound CPI. This one came in softer, so lower than expected. So this really gave pound and indices a real good boost, because ahead of the bank interest rate decision tomorrow, being the 21st of September, any sort of relief in the inflation battle is always going to be bullish for stocks. So as soon as you come to the charts, gives you a very easy bias, just going to look for momentum. This was at 7 o'clock. Before I get to the charts, this is when we had that nice push. Price tapped into this. This is a higher time frame. Given the way I've drawn this, this would have been 2 hour wick. It's actually a 2 hour wick. There was a 3 hour wick. You can see right here, and it was a 4 hour wick right over here. So what you wanted to be careful of is first tap into this zone. You can get like a little pullback, which is indeed what happened. So we had price pushed up, tapped into the base of this, or the open of that 2, 3, or 4 hour liquidity candle over to the left. Price gave a bit of a pullback. Now just looking for longs, so what we had was, I took it on the 3-minute chart. Price with the next candle is going to be the open of London. So this is the open of the London. Gave a beautiful liquidity candle, just wicked down, swept grab liquidity from underneath the support zone, and then closed nice, strong, and bullish. So the target is to keep on going up. It's just what I wanted to see was a retest of like this zone area, and then go long. So I just watched it for a bit. 3-minute went up, then next candle pushing bullish a little bit. Another candle pushed down, and then created a new high, wicked up a little bit higher, 8 times out of 10. Once we make a new high, we're going to retest this high area. Had a target at the top of the 4-hour liquidity candle. Now, because we've had one liquidity candle over here with a beautiful wick, I wanted to wait for the retest of this wick area. Now, we had two other, like 6 minutes of candles, creating a little bit of momentum to the upside, creating a little bit of people will be putting their stop losses underneath each candle. Now just waiting for it to sweep, retest where the main liquidity was pulled, and the entry would be complete. So 3-minute came down, exactly what we want to see. Now I just wanted to see a retest into this little blue zone. So this was almost to the retest. Almost, didn't quite dip low enough. This one did. Beautiful candle. As it was pushing down in the stream, anticipation would have been underneath this doji. Anywhere under here would have been it. But I was a little bit unsure, so I wanted to take like anticipation / confirmation. So I wanted to wait for it to, confirmation would be waiting for it to close. Anticipation / confirmation would be waiting for it to wick down, grab liquidity, and then pushing bullish, and then showing like it's very likely that it is going to push bullish. Once it closes bullish, that's a good sign that we can just wick down, break this high, fill these wicks here, and then just continue this trend. I haven't actually touched this trade box that I've got here, but the original stop loss was lower. Yeah, the original stop loss was lower, and that once price had pushed up away, I did tighten it. So let's have a look. Price then wicked down a little bit, started pushing bullish. Okay, nice and beautiful. Up once it's pushed up to there, just tightened my stop loss. Can't where was it exactly before I started? Underneath this candle. That was roughly it. I'll remove that just to make it a bit cleaner. Target was the top of this 4-hour wick candle. Okay, so this is when it hit the target. Price then, unfortunately, it did come back. Came back, took out the runner, and then it just drove away. So really, really, really pretty move. 30 pips. Really happy with the trade. Executed it well. Just a shame about the runner getting stopped. So I could have left my stop probably a little bit, maybe halfway of this wick. Maybe if I'm actually going to reflect on this, because there was definitely no. What's the word I'm looking for? I was not at all looking for any sells. I didn't looking for buys given the CPI figure that came out, the print. The rest is history, so can't really talk about the rest of it now, but it did just rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. So it would have been a lovely one to have had been part of, but that was it. Now, gold. Let's jump over to gold. Gold, this is a classic just taking a sell on with price action. So I actually had where I did take the other little sells were in here, took sells and then down, okay, to fill these no wick candles, and then took buys from here to go back up to this zone. So that was an easy one. But the setup, I saw the sells that I took here that I'm going to actually focus on more is actually the same setup here. Now, price had pushed up. I was actually not looking at the charts. I wasn't interested in taking the trade again today, but then someone alerted me to that once we opened, New York Stock Exchange just drove up 100 pips, basically uninterrupted. So I was like, holy, there's going to be a good little sell opportunity up here. The area that I was looking at, this red box over here, 30 minutes. I'll go over to bring it up. Okay, let's go back over here. The way I normally draw my zones, this is a little order block up here. But then the main candles I was looking at this was my first candle and this is my second candle. So first candle gave a little rejection wick above the candles to the left, closed bearish, moved away a little bit and then came back up and then retesting this wick area, gave another liquidity candle, this time bearish engulfing candle, followed by a beautiful push down. So there is liquidity inside of this little wick area. So I drew the zone from the high to the open and then just extended that across. There was more of an order block up here as well. So I might just actually reflect on that right now. So let's bring that up. I'll just make this as like a black box and extend that to the right so we can have a little closer look at it. But for me, for the sells I'm going to show you guys is from this open candle. Let's go over. Let's replay. Where's the replay button gone? Replay's over here. I'll replay the next one as well. So, all right. So based on the 1 minute, we had the 3 o'clock candle is just about to start. Was waiting for, had a sell limit set right here. So this sell limit was I was happy to take a bit of a cowboy entry from here based on the volume that we had and the structure that we had to the left. So first 1 minute opened, okay, and then the next one had no bottom wick. So when I see a candle, a move start from no bottom wick into a 30-minute zone, I'm going to target this area because it's unlikely we're going to get a clean follow through without coming back and retesting this zone. So the idea is any move that starts with a no bottom wick. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. Any bullish move that starts with no bottom wick that goes up into a higher time frame zone of interest, I'm going to look to counter that back down to where that move started, because price will often do that before moving. So that's the idea. If it was a bearish move, I'm looking for any bearish move to start with no bottom wick into a nice higher time frame support area to then target back up to where that move started from. Okay, so that's the idea. So this candle started with no bottom wick. Hourly candle usually will create a bottom wick as well. Usually, each higher time frame candle generally does have high top wicks and bottom wicks. So this candle pushing up, okay, no top wick, sorry, no bottom wick, pushing up into this 30-minute zone. Price is just pausing, hesitating a little bit, hesitating, starting to push up. Finally taps into this zone. Okay. Entered the sells here. You've got a key level right up here, 1945, that you can put your stop loss above, or keep it tight. It's up to you. Tighter stop loss on cowboy entry, maybe a little bit more risky. You'd want to see like at least a rejection wick before you set your stop loss. But above the key levels is all well and good. Price hesitates at this area, starts giving like this bit of a rounded top area. Finally, we get that nice little reaction. Price usually will pull back a little bit, creates a little fake candle, little fake support over here, close in below it. Be careful of these two wicks, but once you're breaking under and taking the second break, you've usually got a really nice clean move. So that's indeed what happened. Price just wicked down, pushed down, gave that little bit of a pullback, wasn't too worried. At this point, I did close some partials at this point, just because this was a pretty nice move. And you got to, don't forget that you do have a lot of heavy bullish momentum in play. So it's just a short-term move, really. Price hesitates for a little bit, chops up and down, no top wick, then looks like a little bit of a fake out. Price starts pushing down, and I closed the full as soon as we started getting into this wick area. There's no point letting trade turn around on you when it's only like 2 pips away from your target, 3 pips away from your target. So close full there, left for the runner. Only because it's a counter trend, wasn't going to hold it. I'm not thinking this is going to be a home run, so I'm happy with 20, 30 pips. Just take that. If it's counter trend, just take it. Just close the whole thing. And that was it. The rest of the trade is history. So I'm going to leave it there. There's the two moves. Watch them again. Have a little think about it. Try find those setups and how often they happen. It's been paying big time lately. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Give the video a like. Drop us a subscribe if you're a first time here. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for London Open.